If you'd like to take the same tour as me, please check the link in the description. For more videos like this or other tours in Vietnam, please subscribe to the channel and like this video. There is no better place to see authentic rural Vietnam than the Northwest Mountain region. To escape the chaos of the city for a breath of fresh air, my favorite village is Lum Tuuk, Yen Bai. Off the beaten path of tourists and backpackers alike, it offers every bit of culture, nature, and cuisine that Vietnam is known for, without sacrificing the comfort needed for a relaxing visit. The first thing anyone will notice when arriving in Lum Tuuk is the picturesque housing. While most rural villages in Vietnam have attempted to rapidly modernize, this has unfortunately left them in a state of poverty according to modern standards, yet without the character of their original traditions. Not so in Lum Tuuk, which has leaned into its roots and afforded itself an overabundance of traditional luxuries, making it one of the last remaining gems of pristine countryside in Vietnam. Here, we can treat ourselves to staying in a stilt house. These are cleverly built to negate the effects of both flood and heat, the two unavoidable factors in all of Southeast Asia. Not only does the stilt house keep the residents dry by lifting them off the ground during the rain, but it captures higher wind currents, which circulate under the thatched roof and keep the house temperate. Just outside the house is the garden. Every bite of food you take in Lum Tuuk grows outside your window, or comes from no further than a few houses over. In an age of worldwide food distribution, we rarely know the hands that harvest our meals, but in Lum Tuuk, you probably shook them when you checked in to your homestay. This level of connection to food means the menu changes with the seasons. In May, you might get a stir-fry of the leafy greens and flowers from a plant. But come August, you get the fruit of that same plant. The meat here is harvested from animals that live side by side with the villagers, and both depend upon each other for survival. You can plainly see how healthy the animals are here, and you can taste it too. Just remember that before you cook anything here, you need to build a fire. And if you're in a pinch, you can build the cooking pot too. And if meat's not your thing, have no fear. You can easily stay well fed here on just the fruits and veggies, while still enjoying them cooked with the local seasonings. Of course, in the countryside, there's not much of a nightlife. However, there's so much to do in the daytime, you'll be worn out come sundown. If you're not looking to get out into the jungle, there's nothing wrong with biking around the village. You can see every house with just a short bike ride. And you don't need to be scared of strangers, unless you don't want to make new friends. In a village where everyone knows everyone, it's common to invite people in for a cup of tea, or a cup of something a bit stronger. If you're up to it, however, I highly recommend the Jungle Trek. This is where you'll learn about local flora and all their uses, like how to get fresh water, what is and what isn't safe to eat, and plants that will hurt you or help you. This one can stop a wound from bleeding if chewed with your own saliva. I just hope you don't have to use that one. Always put safety first in the jungle. You can also see or even participate in the harvesting and processing of bamboo shoots, the local cash crop. And the granddaddy adventure of them all is the trek to the ancient tree. It's the only tree of its size remaining in the forest, since all the others were cut down for their precious wood. Luckily, this one was in a disputed property claim and now remains protected by locals who see it as sacred. Bring some good footwear for this hike though, as it's around 7.5 miles or 12 kilometers round trip. Don't worry, you'll stop for a feast by the river halfway through. Even the picnic food here is as delicious as a home-cooked meal. As much as I'd like to keep the village of Lum Tuuk off the tourist maps so I can selfishly save it completely for myself, it would be a crime to not share this with those who want to experience true Vietnam. While the cultures of the world homogenize, Lum Tuuk strives to remain unique. They take care to preserve the traditions that have brought them through the centuries and millennia. And now they have opened their doors so we can live them too.